Well, he just performed. Now Cyrus is here. Hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
We love that song.
Thank you.
Were you familiar with it before you went on X Factor and hooked up with Chris as your mentor or not? Had you ever done it before?
I think my confession is my knowledge of Chris Isaak was the guy who sings that song that goes, and I want to vote. So I think after being given that, I had to.
But you had never played that song before?
No, never played it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it a problem for him? Now he's out of the country, we can talk about him like he's not even here. Right? Well, you reckon it's a problem for him that you get up there and do it better than he's ever done it, and it's his song? Is that a problem?
I think just being given his own song and for me to be able to perform it in my own kind of way was just a privilege in itself, and I think he's very proud of how it went. So
good answer.
Hopefully he's not too
answer.
angry about that.
Because that'll get back, and you know it'll get back. So how long since you've won X Factor? How many weeks? Can you?
I think it's about two and a bit since the X Factor Grand Final.
Really?
That's more than that. It's more than that.
It's got to be more than that, hasn't it? Maybe.
I've had a haircut, and that's every 2 weeks. It's been one since then.
Oh, there you go.
So it's only been
so
a very short time.
Yes.
You've been doing so much. We saw you on the Actor Awards a couple of times this week.
Yes,
What else have you been doing?
I got the privilege of heading to the Arias a couple of days after the grand finale, which was an experience in itself. You know, so we'd walking on the red carpet and seeing like Ed Sheeran walk past and the Preachers and all these artists that I'd been listening to on my iPod on the way there, and then now I'm sitting alongside them. So that was a good experience. And just everything's gone so fast. Like I've met so many people, I've performed, I've seen plenty of fans at promo, and it's all going great.
Yeah. So I mean, away from the red carpets and the spotlight, how are you feeling with it all? Are you dealing with it okay? There's people recognise you in the street all the time. Life's just changed.
Yeah, it's hard to think that a couple of months ago I was just walking around campus heading to my 8 a.m. lecture, and now I'm here doing this. But it's great. It's lots of fun. You know, I always try and keep in contact with all my friends and family. I'll give my best friends a little buzz at 1 a.m. just to see how they're going, just to stay in touch and kind of.
Oh, I'm sure they appreciate
help with the
that.
study.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, is this right? Your album has gone to #1 in the Philippines.
Yes, it has, which is very exciting. I think with the Philippines, music's so big, and as soon as they see a Filipino act overseas go so well, they jump on board. So it's great to have their support behind me.
So that's where your dad's from, right?
Yes, Dad is Filipino.
So you're going to go there in the new year, right? And
I'm looking forward to and planning to head over there in the new year. So that's definitely a market that I want to perform and see everyone there. So
well, you could talk to Marlissa, last year's winner, about that. She's going gangbusters there too, isn't she?
She's done plenty of work over there, so I'll have to get some tips off her.
What about Chris Isaak? Are you in touch? Do you it's Skype? Last time he was on the couch, he told us that he had a place for you when you go to San Fran. He's got a house there, and there's a room there for you the whole time.
I'm holding him to that. I made him promise that regardless of what time of year, wherever he is in the world, there better be a key under the mat when I'm in San Francisco and I need a place to stay.
Are you in touch?
Yeah, it's so weird just scrolling through my phone and seeing Chris Isaak as a contact. That's something that I never thought would happen. But yeah, you know, every now and then I like to see what he's up to. And I think he's overseas at the moment, so he's keeping busy.
Great. Well, make sure you take advantage of that while you still have the number, because I used to have Ronan's, but it's not working. For some reason, it's not working anymore.
He must have changed it.
I don't think he gave you the real number. I think he gave you the number that he gives crazy fans. You've got to make sure you've got a crazy fan number that you give.
A real number and then a fan number.
Make the most of it while you have it. So what's happening for Christmas?
Yes, thankfully I get a break and I get to head back home to Wollongong and get to eat all of Dad's cooking. Mum, Dad, if you're watching this, I'm looking forward to that big meal. Yeah, over Christmas, all the family comes over to the Villanueva household and we eat. So I'm looking forward to that.
And then it's like, Cyrus, sing us a song.
Sing us a song.
Sing us a little Christmas song.
I think Dad'll slowly walk over with the guitar and hand it over to me.
Off we go.
That I sing.
You would have done that anyway, right? I imagine that Christmases around your house, you would have been singing.
Yes, I think the very first time that I ever sung in front of the family was a snowy Christmas night in Chicago. I was over in America with the family because we have family over in America. And
see, I thought that was a song.
So did I. I was just going through the Michael Bublé catalogue in my head. The snowy Chicago night in Christmas.
I wasn't
snowy Christmas.
Yeah, I'll write that down. But yeah, that was the first time that I ever sung. So I think it's always been a thing. Maybe 8.
Okay.
Around then, so that was the first time that kind of new music was in my blood. So no doubt that there'll be a couple carols sung this Christmas.
Can you remember what you sung?
Oh Holy Night.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I mispronounced you know the line, all night, divine. I'd always say device, but no one would tell me that that was the wrong lyric, and then everyone would just laugh at me. So
that's a ridiculous mistake to make.
But that's a moment. I think that's Cyrus's version. Cyrus's version is device.
Hey, would you do us a favour? When you've got a nice break over Christmas, you've got some downtime, you're feeling creative, would you write up a song that involves a snowy night in Chicago?
I know.
And the only thing that rhymes with Chicago is Tarago. So it's just like Santa and the elves in the Tarago driving through Chicago. We'd just come up with something like that.
I'll write that down in my diary.
So we don't feel so stupid.
Yes, and then as long as you let me back on the show and I'll perform it for you.
Oh, you are always welcome. You are always, if they ever let you out of the Philippines, by the way, because they're going to wrap you up and go, he's one of our own.
He's ours. He's ours.
Why wouldn't you claim him? Look at him. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, creepy. That was all kind of Ronan creepy right there. Good to see you, buddy. Well done. Merry Christmas in the snowy night in Chicago, driving around in the Tarago.
Thank you for having me,
And you know,
guys.
I meant that in a big sister kind of way, like doing great things.
Of
Yes,
course,
thank you,
of course.
Cyrus.